YouTube app.
Stand by. All right. We are up on YouTube. And we are
Facebook?
we're live across.
Cool. We'll give everyone a couple minutes to get in here, but we are live. Oh, I just got it.
I don't see it yet.
I don't see it yet either. It started for me, but I don't
It
see a
says the
picture
video
yet.
is live, but I see nothing. Oh, there it is. All right.
You see it?
Yep.
Cool. How many people are in here? 5? Robert, what's up?
Daryl, Carmine, and 6 others.
Well, I guess before we actually get started, we can do our merch shout-outs. You can see we have 3 yellow individuals in here with our new long sleeve. It's
there it
live
is.
on the site
Cool.
now, so
Cool sleeves.
Mhm.
Cool front.
Oops.
maybe go stand up. Give him,
all right.
give him the demo.
Oh, Shane's here already.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of has like the old Cobalt
Yep.
library combo on it.
There's nothing
Yep.
on the back, unfortunately.
Yep, both sleeves, no back.
Checkers, because
Yeah.
we win.
I have no logos.
We also have these new joggers, which
Yeah.
have been live for about a week, but we haven't told you guys.
You can wear them even if you don't jog.
Yeah,
I tested
they're
it.
they're a little bit
Don't wear
jogger
them at
style.
the gym though, because they are way too hot to work
Yeah, they're
out
thick.
They're very thick. They're good, like, winter lays around pants.
Yep.
But not workout
Yeah.
pants.
It's got our logo on left thigh, 2 front pockets, 1 back pocket. So
Thick with 2 C's.
if you have 3 phones, you're good.
Oh yeah, you could fit like 6 phones in each pocket.
Yeah, they're giant pockets, too.
You're huge.
But yeah, this new stuff is nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Didn't
We
get
got a lot of
long
merch
sleeve
right
yet, but everyone seems to love them. So
Well, we got 20 people in here.
yep, 15 on YouTube too. So today we're continuing talking about our predictions for the future of our platforms, which we
Wait.
subbed out.
Important topic first. What do you think?
It's good. I like it.
For $1.19?
$1.19, 8%. It's pretty good.
I told you.
But how many can you drink before you get gut rot?
2.5.
Yeah, I can
If
do it.
yeah,
half?
yeah.
That's
I
not
said
bad.
2.5, and I'd be hammered.
Yeah.
So that's enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's enough.
I don't recommend 2.5,
No.
but
I mean,
you can
24
get up
ounces.
there.
We used to do the 4 Mike's Harder challenge back in college.
Ooh, that sounds like a bad time.
We'd try and see who could get through 4, and no one ever got through 4. You'd
That's just terrible.
You'd get to the 3rd one, and,
And
you
it's
were
just like a
already
knife
gone.
in your stomach.
And then if you finished that one, you were swimming in the pond.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally. One of us swam in a pond once
Literally.
at Grand Valley. So yeah, I guess introductions.
Yep. Yeah. So same crew as last week, except Bo is out of town right now. So we got Tim in here.
Bo grew up a couple years.
Yeah, Bo got
Second
old.
choice. Sorry.
And yeah, but Eric behind the camera. I don't know if you can wave in frame. Yep.
Tyler via ZZP.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Al.
Turbo Tim.
I think everyone here should know everyone by now, but
Yep.
if you
No,
don't,
Al doesn't actually work for us. He's just.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite comments of the week. Did you hear about that?
Are you a contract worker now?
No, on Facebook, some dude apparently hates ZZP a lot, and he started arguing with some people and told them that I don't work for ZZP. I'm just the biggest ZZP nut hugger,
Oh.
and was actively arguing with them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're exactly wrong. Congratulations. You couldn't be any more wrong.
Pretty sure your paycheck says ZZPerformance
Yeah.
on it.
Oh
Same as.
Actually says Rake's performance. He's a spy.
well. Yeah, probably.
I thought this was volunteer.
You guys are getting paid.
Oh yeah, we never told you. Sorry. All right, so what topics do we got left? 'Cause we're
got
doing the
about-
continuation, the futures of the platforms.
Yep.
So if you want to talk a lot more about Grand Prix, we did that in the last podcast.
But I have big news.
A lot of
Ooh, we
Ecotec,
do have big news.
but we do need to touch on a little bit of Grand Prix stuff
All right. Well,
as of like an hour ago.
yeah, like it's like this is brand new info, but
Yep.
we haven't forgot about you 3800 guys, and we just did something really, really cool. We basically made a 3800 sound awesome.
A supercharged 3800.
Yeah.
One of our 3800 supercharged cars, XP cam, basic, stage 2 intercooler combo.
It's actually a new version of the XP cam.
Yeah, it's our
XP
in-house one because we were starting to have issues with comp quality, so we had to go our own route. We all know that the Turbo Grand Prix sound like totally unique and awesome.
So much.
Well, now the supercharged car has a very similar sound. And it uses like off-the-shelf parts. Like half the parts that we already sell, it will reuse. Obviously, we can't give you a lot of details, but
but it'll work with your current catback.
Yes,
That's really big.
no matter what catback you have, this is going to work with it, and it's going to sound more
Better.
European-like, I guess.
Yeah, what was you
That's a
saying?
good
The
way to put
VQ
it,
Yeah, it
is
sounded like a VQ. That was
the
the
closest thing.
first thing that popped into my... A VQ with a good exhaust.
Yeah,
So those can sound bad too.
Yeah,
This
those
did not.
they can.
I mean, we thought that the Supra sound was an inline six, a JDM, Japanese inline six sound only, but the VQ always had a neat sound to it as well, and now the Grand Prix does. So,
Yeah.
that's huge.
We'll probably have a teaser video, I would assume, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
very
soon
soon.
or something.
Early
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
week.
pretty soon.
I mean, I think this is enough to where like people are going to stay with that platform longer. Like instead of them moving on to the next platform, like these people are gonna be like, oh, another new
sounds good
mod,
now.
and it's gonna renew the love for driving the car around
It's
again.
so different that people are gonna see, what few clean Grand Prix there are. They're gonna see one out on the street and see it take off from a light and be like, wait, what?
Yeah,
They do an engine swap?
yeah.
It doesn't sound like butt.
No, it sounds cool enough to where when you pull up to the traffic light, you're gonna put it in neutral and like rev it next to somebody.
Yeah, because you won't be able to help yourself.
So long story short, if you have one of the few clean 3800s, don't just toss it away. Like stuff's still coming out.
Yeah.
Just give us a few weeks, guys. Like this is totally going to be worth it.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Like yeah, game changer pretty much.
And we can rave about it, but until you hear it, it's
Yeah.
because you wouldn't believe it. Because supercharged Grand Prix always sound like crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it kills the drone. It doesn't seem to have that drone, that thunder that 3800s have.
No.
And sounds exotic.
Yeah. It's
It's
less
gonna sound
raspy.
cool with like automatic shifting. As weird as
Yeah.
that sounds. Not very
Yeah,
many
I know what you mean.
sounds Like,
Yeah. But
Especially if you have a high stall, because it's going to get up in that money range and just sound good the whole
money
time.
range.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Because
Yep.
so like me and Steve have been on the 4200 Vortec kick lately, and it's like they're RPM limited right at the spot where the Supras really start to sound good. It's like you just need another 1500 RPM out of it.
It's like your like head voice and singing. Like as soon as you flip up.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the 4200s, you hear them do a pull or a run, like right when you're like, oh, here it comes in the shift. It's like, oh, dang it.
But yeah, is there any other 3800 news you can think of off the top of your head?
That's it
That's
for
about
now.
it.
just that.
It's all the breaking news anyway.
My head's kind of full of that right now.
Yeah.
Our XP RPM cam is now live on the website. So
Yeah, and that's what's in the car.
I guess we have our lightweight retainers that are going to be dropped here really soon too.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's still a steel chromoly retainer, but it's like a lot lighter than stock. I don't have the
The
specs on me, but a lot lighter, which means every 3800 car valve floats.
yep.
Yeah.
That's just what they do. Like that is why the power tapers off. You cannot run enough valve spring in that pocket without ripping the rocker bolt out of the head. So I mean, the only way to do it is light valves, light retainers, and running a really, really premium spring.
Yeah.
And our retainers should help that. So that should add some RPM. And that's in the same car. And then I'm doing some converter testing, trying to come up with a ZZP like 3500 stall converter. Because
that's gonna help this car even more.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
yeah. So if with a higher stall converter, that's a really neat mod. I know with my Bonneville, I tested like 5 different stalls, and the higher was always better. I went from having a 360 wheel horsepower Bonneville that you couldn't spin the tires out of the hole with, to like you could blow the tires off at 40 miles an hour, just in a stall converter. So
That's
Crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
it's a big
understand
difference.
any of that
Nope,
automatic.
that doesn't make any
magic.
sense to me.
It's all just
Yeah.
torque converter, basically, it's like a rubber band. It's like a torque multiplier.
Yeah.
So it lets it wind up and then snap, and then it goes. So
So is that how they break all their output shafts?
Yeah, probably.
Input shafts.
Or input shafts, yeah.
Yeah, the Sonic's the one that breaks the output.
Yeah.
But the high stall converters are based on the smaller body, which is 8 pounds lighter than the big body.
Even better.
So that's less weight on the input shaft. So when you put that in, it reduces the chance of breaking it by a lot.
Cool.
Cool.
Even better.
That's
So
good.
yeah, a lot of 3800 stuff.
But I guess if you want more 30 on stuff, go watch the last
Yeah,
one.
go back to the last one.
Ecotec.
Yeah, sorry.
It's kind of just cruising on. I was actually working on a new kit with Kyle today. Pretty excited about.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a nice, easy mod for a lot of older Ecotec guys,
Especially
Yeah, they're
northern
gonna
cars.
need it.
especially northern guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much brings us to Sonic, which I think we got about halfway through last episode.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what we covered.
Yeah, basically, I think we got covered that they're getting affordable and people can make them fast now.
Yeah, that was one of
So-
the things we had really started to dive into, was that the Sonic 2 years ago wasn't anything crazy.
No, it
I
was.
mean,
It was
a
your
lot
daily.
of money for
and that's
no
it.
power.
yeah,
Now
it was a spunky daily that looked good and sounded good.
Uh-huh.
And then now, it's like, no, it's not earth-shattering horsepower, but you can actually have a pretty fast
Pretty quick
Sonic
car.
now.
Which is funny that we have Tim in here now because
I just bought one.
It's just bump-
I think
Yeah.
we spilled the beans a little bit in last episode. But
Yeah.
tell us about your Sonic. What do you want to do
I
with
just I got a cheap one, a 2015 Sonic RS green, and I wanted it'll be like my daily driver / backup road course car in case the sky's broken or something,
it? Yep,
or a class is better suited. A different class is suited.
that's true.
But yeah, I'm gonna do all the bolt-ons, and thanks to Al, it can actually make over 175 wheel like we thought we were limited to for
Yeah.
5 years of us in business.
Uh-huh.
I remember like Steve and I took our LTZ when it was brand new, brand spanking new. We took it and we're like, man, this car sucks so bad. Like we're in like 5 or 6 cars. We're the last one, pinned wide on the highway. I think topped out at like maybe 100 in Mexico, and
Yeah.
and everybody's leaving, and we're like, man, if this car only had 250 horsepower, it would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would buy one if it had 250 horsepower, and we're like, too bad it's never going to do that.
And,
Yeah.
and we
This guy.
really thought that way.
Then Al has it making how many right now?
408.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made 400, and we made over 300, or we made right around 300
Speaking of that,
on our.
someone
new
just asked
turbo.
how it's going. Black Sonic.
Oh, yeah, I've been stuck up in the office pretty much all this week, so I haven't even touched it. But
We got intercooler mounted.
the radiator's in place, just needs a bracket put on. Radiator's mounted, so it needs charge pipes, injector swap, and the radiator securely mounted, and then it's ready to go back on the dyno.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to go full send right away. We have a lot of other R&D stuff that I'm going to do on the way up. So we're going to get it back up into like the mid 300 range, to where I can. It seems like the less aggressive you are in the car, the more consistent you can be from one dyno pole to the next.
Yeah.
And that's what I want specifically for testing the other cam variations that we have, testing the ported head again. I don't know what else we might try throwing in there. Maybe
Testing
even
the intake manifold.
yeah. We've hinted at it a couple of times. We're gonna blow up an intake manifold here pretty soon. Like literally just put pressure to it until it goes kaboom.
Yep.
Because I don't know how much it can hold. We've had high 30 spikes on the dyno. But with the new turbo and what we're doing now, like I will run 40, 50 pounds of boost if we need to. And if that manifold's going to explode at 45, I need to know that now. Because I don't want that to happen on the dyno
No.
when that happens. So yeah, that'll be a cool, fun video to do. But I'm pretty excited to see how it does. I mean, it's going to be a long project, but I also have to find a way to really get moving on that because before we know it, the tracks are going to be open.
It's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
2020
Like-
was this long, and now it's clicking off, and as soon as it's
We
going to be.
probably should start building the next engine now.
We gotta use
Because
that good one on the shelf.
if we wait, then some monkey wrench will fly into it.
It won't hurt to have a spare.
Yeah, we
No.
should do that now.
Goes to show how much we trusted it last year, though. We literally don't have a spare.
Yeah, we don't even have a spare. That's the crazy.
We never second guessed that thing the whole year.
No, and I mean,
I didn't.
it's like the customers need to know or need to understand that ZZP as a whole supports all the platforms, and as a whole, we all love all of them. But we all have our favorites, and I like to shit talk on the LTGs. And I was just laughing the other day about how I trusted my 400 horse Sonic more than a 400 horse LTG. We'll get there with those cars because I mean they're in the same spot the Sonic was 2 years ago.
Yep.
You've even told me that way back in the day you guys thought the Ecotecs were junk.
Yep.
And now those are a piece of cake to make power.
Yeah.
So there's things with that engine we need to figure out. But at this current time, we never once worried about the engine in that car.
not
It
at
was
all.
full send
Never.
every time, no matter what.
Just
Stand on the limiter
drivetrain.
and
Yeah.
That engine seems to be pretty solid.
It's-
We did
leaks a
just
little,
do.
but-
Making
did-
power is like trying to squeeze water out of a rock, but it just doesn't break.
Yeah. Yeah, we,
like
we
that
did
analogy.
just have a customer bring his in with like some bent rods, so I mean it can happen.
Yeah.
You know, he's got our rods and pistons now, but yeah, they were.
That was pretty crazy to see
bit of
all
a
of them
twist.
bent, though.
Yeah, it's February 5. It's actually my girlfriend's birthday. Happy
Oh,
birthday, Kate.
Happy birthday, Kate.
But yeah, when do tracks open here?
April.
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 Yeah.
So,
So I got a lot to do in a very short time.
time for more overtime.
Yeah, because I mean, we're gonna come out hard, and this cold spring weather is gonna be the time to set some records.
Yeah, good DA.
If we can get a good track prep.
For sure.
Yeah, we gotta have a lot of cars we gotta do this with too. We have our drag ATS.
Yep.
It's gonna come out and shut every LTG down.
Yep.
I've got to run my ATSV.
Yep.
We got new parts on that. Hopefully, how are you gonna build a Sonic and my car? How are you
We'll
gonna
talk about that later. I have.
I can help
I
on
have a
Sonic.
solution.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Alex can be involved to kind of relieve you of
The next
many
stuff we
duties.
have coming for your car, I'm going to be relying on Alex heavily.
yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Alex is he's doing good. Was a good hire.
Yeah, very good.
He was a couple episodes ago, but he was on here.
Oh yeah, he made a cameo.
He kind of he was one of the heads of the project of the Grand Prix exhaust that just got done
Yeah.
today, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys all know what he did with the ATSV, so
Yeah, I mean, we're ZZP's pretty big, but we haven't really had a full-time R&D guy yet. Like ZZP, just in case you guys don't know, I mean, we have a lot of employees, but the employees we're stretched thin.
We
We're
all
working
do
hard.
a
We
lot
all
of
do so
stuff.
many things.
So
mean,
many things.
compared
And-
to similar companies, we have about half employees wise. Like
Yeah. We have a lot of hats we're
Yeah.
wearing, a lot of we have a lot of duties that we have to do. And I know customers are always like, oh, just hire more people. And it's like,
But
we
don't
would
need
love to.
Yeah, we don't
like,
just need bodies. We
Yeah.
need these
We need people like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, we'll hire more people. We need faster this and faster that and more production. It's like we would love to, but like finding our Alexes and our customer service team, like you can't just hire anybody to do customer service or welding or fabrication.
Yeah.
It's
Adam's in
difficult.
there.
So, yeah, we've got a lot of cars we got to push. My ATSV needs to come out and run low nines.
Yep.
Like immediately. And the Sonic's got to run 10s. Even though I told Zoom like not too long ago, Zoom, the owner of the company, that it was going to be impossible to run 11s with it. It's kind of funny. I have to eat some
Shoe
crap
on that.
one.
Yeah.
you did stick to your word with if it made 250, you'd buy one though. So
Yeah, yes.
You
yes,
did.
I did buy one. I love the Sonic. That is such a cool ass car.
It is. The bolt-ons that we have available and what we know out of them now, it's a perfect daily drive, but still compete with.
It's funny though, because I remember you and Zim going back and forth in the office, and that was part of what helped me push it. Because it's like, crap, Zoom does think it's possible. So now if I don't do it, then I didn't meet expectations. So there is no option. We have to do it.
Yeah. And he is not afraid to apply pressure.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Not at all.
So I think with the strides that we've made this last year and what we will this next coming year, I think it's a actual tuner car. And I hope that the community will respond to that and follow on, because there are a lot of Sonics out there. There's a lot of Sonics, and like it's a big market waiting to happen, I think.
Yeah. And you touched on it a little bit, and I wanted to expand that new class. Since you and Tim are both here,
Grid Life
you guys
Street
have
Light.
both been thinking about that with Sonics.
Wait, what's this?
So Grid Life's
Do I
time
need to buy
attack
one?
classing, Street was the smallest class. So NA V6 cars, turbocharged 4 cylinders, basic mods, bolt-ons, but no aero.
Mm-hmm.
So they this year introduced Street Light, which is NA cars up to 2.5 liters, and then turbocharged up to 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you're looking at Fiesta STs, Sonics.
Sonic could be one of the top contenders in that class.
So
It's a
other
little
than
heavy, but
NA,
Yeah, we know how to fix that.
yeah.
NA Hondas, pretty far up there.
What's the mod ability? What are you allowed to do? Suspension?
Yeah, basically all bolt-ons. You can. I'll have to double check, but I think you can swap turbos. But then I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way,
It's still like a streetable class.
yeah, no
essentially.
aero, stuff like that. But it'll be interesting to see what comes out as the top dogs. The only other car that I could see really being a heavy hitter is the Fiat, the one that's based on the ND Miata.
The Abarth.
Abarth?
Barth. I don't know,
The Fiat Abarth? Yeah, those things are pretty wild.
but those have a little 1.4 turbo.
Is that
engine.
the Roadster thing they have now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big limit on that was the MSRP of the vehicle. So it kind of cuts out a couple of the expensive cars. Like, I think the Focus RS is out because of MSRP.
Okay.
So
it's-
Fiesta only?
Yeah. I think the big contender in that class will be S2000,
Yeah.
which is, I can't believe they didn't write the rules to get rid of
Exclude
S2000.
those.
2000.
But I think that car is going to probably dominate the class.
Probably.
But
But you can
it
think
is,
compared to front wheel drive. And,
like my Sonic RS in street class is going to get murdered.
Oh, yeah.
But in the street light class, I think it has a potential chance.
It could be a fun contender.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thought is I need a car to drive because I drive a lot. Put most of my miles on. I don't want to rack the miles up on the V in my other vehicles. And it'll be like a street light car. If the sky's broke, we can switch over to it.
Yeah.
Swap over.
There's a ton of aftermarket on it.
Just haul them both to the track and
Yeah.
hop in and out. And
You just need to get you a 30-footer.
Yeah,
Haul them both.
I should with my collection.
So if anyone wants to build a street light Sonic, let us know. We
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
make
we'll
it
get you
happen.
Yeah, Chris Bose he autocrosses the heck out of his Sonic, and
Does
we
one
kind of have
lap
twin
and-
Sonics now.
Yeah. Same
So-
color too.
Yeah.
He's here, and whatever I do to his car, I'm going to do to mine, and we can learn from each other. So
Yeah, and we've got Brembos available
Yeah.
on the Sonics now, which is cool. Little upgrade. Their stock brakes are terrible, but
Especially if you have the drums in the rear.
yeah, especially that.
If you did discs and Brembos compared to a disc car, that
Oh, it's
would be
insane.
Yeah.
crazy.
Like stomping the brakes in the LTZ compared to Ashley's car, I'd feel like the rear tires come off the ground.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, those brakes are already amazing on a Cobalt.
Yeah.
And then we're throwing them on a Sonic,
Yeah.
and they have the high carbon rotors available for them too. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I got
what,
for Chris.
Yep.
Yep. Bose has those, so
Is
plenty
he running
capable.
those this season, or did he last season too?
No, the Brembers are going on now.
So he hasn't even ran them yet. That should help quite a bit.
Yeah, he said he had our front big brake kit, and he said he was getting them hot.
Yeah,
So,
boiling the fluid. And,
it was cool. It was like, all right, well, that's one cool thing about our customers is they report back, and we're like, all right, let's look into another upgrade option.
Yeah, make something
So
better.
then
Especially
Boom,
when the
Brembo.
car is getting faster, you gotta kind of
Yep.
keep going up with everything else.
And what class does he run in?
He autocrosses.
Oh, that's
They
right.
have,
Primarily, but
they have a
he-
different class system. I don't really know it.
Autocross classing is.
I didn't know what his rules
I don't
were
know
for
how
that
to
one
follow.
lap.
There's so many
I don't
classes.
think I'm pretty sure he does like full road course stuff too, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know his rules because he races in a totally different sanction than me.
Noah would probably know.
Oh yeah. No one would know.
But yeah, I think that's all I had to say about Sonics. Can we officially move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what we have in the future.
Yeah.
Too.
Like, there's a lot of ground we haven't covered yet, so it's hard to even make a prediction on where the market's going to go.
Yeah.
It's like Tyler said, they just shifted to a tuner car,
Yeah.
where before it was just a cheap daily that you
I
could
mean,
throw
we still
parts
don't
on.
have a tube manifold or you know, any. We're gonna have more turbo options, but you look at our Ecotec catalog, how many parts we have, and then the Sonic, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
But we're getting
We haven't like road course to Sonic either, so that's
No.
gonna be big. Is taking it to the actual road
Yeah.
course and seeing how the car handles. I mean, Chris gave me a lot of feedback, and we made some coilover changes to his car. You know, bumped the spring rates of the rear on it, and then he's talking about doing a staggered wheel setup on it because it still is understeering.
Interesting.
So that's why I'm like, all right, well, I'm buying. You know, I have one now, so I guess I can explore options too. I know that's a thing, you know, sometimes you have to run a wider wheel in the front and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
to get it to rotate correctly.
Do you know what they fit, stock fender, off the top of your head?
Ashley's car, I believe I maxed out the factory clearance, and we have 8.5s on hers with the wheel being completely in the wheel well.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on going just 9. Going
Making
9
it work,
and
yeah.
it'll poke like maybe a quarter to a half maybe.
Yeah, you can probably fit
Tiny bit of camber.
two
little
45s,
fender
two
roll.
55s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm planning
Okay.
on like a 9 with a 255.
Yeah, which is a lot
That'd
of
be
tire for a
crazy,
little
yeah.
Sonic.
For
I
a
feel like
four-wheel
those
drive car.
fronts would roll very easy, too. The way the fender's shaped.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even tried that.
Yeah.
See, infancy.
This is all gonna be new stuff
Yeah.
this year. Yeah. But yeah, that's Sonic.
So-
I know Al's excited.
Yeah,
Everyone else is excited.
That's the reason my car is set for the past year and a half, because we just keep doing cool stuff with the Sonic, and so that's what I work on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the black car and probably Tim's car, you guys will see on YouTube. So
Yeah.
as soon as we do stuff,
Plenty
you'll
more
see.
Sonic content this
Yeah,
year.
all
two,
that
two
stuff.
cars, two totally different directions.
Yeah,
so if you're into
completely
drag
different.
racing, follow the LTZ. If you're into road course, then follow me.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get there. We'll have a build video on both, basically.
Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't. Oh, great.
Oh, look
Oh,
who's
boy.
here. Did you come up here to complain
long
about the
time.
sound?
You know who it is. Guest appearance. Ryan B. at ZZP.
Great.
Abby and Kate are pissed because you guys won't put pants on this guy over here. So I came up here.
He doesn't have legs.
He don't have legs enough. Move,
He's got thighs.
He got thighs, so we're putting pants on this guy. All right, hold on. Here we go. This guy is getting some motherfucking pants on.
Oh, there's a pole through his leg. What are you
Yeah,
gonna
when
do?
you freaking Abby, you can't put pants on this guy. Abby, you just can't.
Are you sure that's his size?
He don't learn today. It's gonna be his size.
Why are they so low?
I don't know. Maybe he's sagging. Oh, it is. Yeah. That's it. It's right there. Abby, I can't put pants on. Sorry. So I tried.
That's it.
That's
All right.
it. No more pants.
Looks like you need a Allen wrench, and then you can slide it right up that leg.
Get out of that.
Too much work.
Ryan used tools? What?
You thought you were
I was gonna say, doesn't even hear
Nope, we're good. We're all good.
Ryan, while you're here, we were talking about everyone drag racing this year, and I remember you saying you would be willing to drag race the ATS.
Oh, and
For
he's
the
gone.
people that can't see, he just left.
Yeah.
We mentioned
he-
drag
he's gone.
racing, and he ran off.
Ah!
Run off.
I heard road course racing again. It sounded
Oh,
much better.
he's back. Road course
I heard
racing.
road course racing. That's better. If I have to, drag racing is not my thing. I will either give the keys to someone or go do it myself. I've done it in the past and I street racing, blah blah.
Yeah, what about street racing? What if someone wants
said
to
he
come?
would
If
drag
anybody
race.
wants to come get the gas,
grab
come
Wayne.
get the gas. Half-mile street racing, let's freaking go all day.
He said if he has to drag race, he will. But if anybody wants to go to Mexico, he is ready.
Anytime,
Yeah.
anywhere. bring it. Already have some guy with a laggy turbo and suppose he's changed his turbo because he knows his turbo's too laggy to keep up with me. Yeah. Not calling out any Chris Shaheen names or anything like that.
Chris Shaheen,
shots
shots fired again.
Turbo to come race because his shit will not keep up.
He's Shaheen in his turbo.
Shaheen, oh, you're awful.
You're going to need it.
Yep.
You're going to learn today.
Well, yeah. So just for this, I'm just gonna kind of plug myself a little bit.
Jason said,
I want to let people know.
Jason said he's taking you to Mexico.
Who?
Jason.
Whittleson.
Wilson?
Yep. You laugh now.
Yeah.
You laugh now.
Yeah, no, we're doing it before you tune.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody scared today. Somebody at this table, fans, has made me de-wrap the snowball.
Snowball is totally naked out in the parking lot.
He's complaining.
Disgusting. I'm selling it 39 cents.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right.
I
I got 45.
Bidding war. 47 cents.
What was it up to?
Does anyone remember what we were talking about? Because Ryan just kind of...
I think we were moving on to LTGs.
Yep. And then Ryan
LTGs?
came,
Yeah.
and then he ran away.
So, do we want to go LTG first or ATSV?
Let's go. LTG was technically the next one we dove into, right? Before.
Yeah, it was the next market that ZZP hit.
Yep.
So it was the next car that came out.
So, we should say, because people don't usually get, that includes the ATS
And the Camaro.
and the Camaro.
This is a weird split that I've never seen in the car world before, and I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like Cobalt and Ion guys knew from the beginning that
It's the
they
same car.
were
Even
they're
HHR
the same
guys.
car.
Like,
Even
you say
HHR
Cobalt,
guys.
and they're like, oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's us too. You say ATS, and the Camaro guys are like, go away.
Yeah. We went 10-3 in a Camaro, and the ATS guys are like, what's the fastest ATS?
Yeah.
Well, it's basic. It's the same thing. They're like, no. No one's ever
Different
gone
body
lower than
panels
an L.
doesn't count.
11.
It's literally the same chassis, like.
Yeah,
just
same
like-
chassis, same engine, same trans. What's different? But they're totally two separate camps.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
It's weird.
we went fast with the Camaro, and now we're going to go fast with an ATS just because.
Just to prove everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. So.
Those two cars definitely attract two totally different people, though.
Oh, they do.
Going
for sure.
from, let's say, a 4-door ATS Cadillac to a 2-door sports car Camaro.
Yeah.
Two totally different people, for sure.
Yeah, you see a lot more younger buyers in the Camaro, and more than likely that's because it might be one of their first new car purchases, so they didn't get the V8 because it's cheaper new. So you see a lot less car guys, at least at this point, because the Camaro ATS came out in 13, Camaro came out in 16, so you got a couple years there. We'll get to eventually where it's all car guys buying them, because they, in theory, the LTG on paper it can be amazing. It's rear-wheel drive manual turbo car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
that's
can't
like
do
a
that
car
wrong.
guy's dream,
Yeah.
But there have been some hurdles.
Yeah, there have been.
Yeah, I mean, the Camaro 4-cylinder turbo does really well in road course and autocross racing.
Very well.
Yeah,
And it's
Really, really well.
that even I've been out on Gingerman plenty of times, and stock turbo it keeps up. It runs low 140s with no effort.
Yeah.
At Gingerman, that's pretty quick.
It like grid life street class.
Yeah, it's a
Stop playing around with your tires. Tyler, put some good tires on the car and race it.
Federal
guy-
USA.
Like picks up these Federals and he's like, let me play around on the road course. Throw those in the trash.
well. I can buy 6 pairs of Federals for the same price as one set of REs.
And they
But-
do 85% of the work. So
That's
you
true.
can go 9/10 as fast.
But those, what were those? The one kind of came out, the Falcons.
Yeah, the RT660s.
Yeah, those kind
are-
of came out of nowhere and like everybody loves them.
Everybody loves them. They're cheaper than REs, so I might have to get some this year.
Yeah, you might have to. Like, just take over street class, will you? I mean, like,
would be
I'm
cool.
in street class with my Sky,
Yeah.
my 2007 Sky, and then there's this 2016 Camaro. Like, you should, like, lay waste to me. That's
true.
I think you already have, actually. Like, what's your best time?
144.
All right, well, I'm like 145 something, so,
Okay.
like, like put some tires on that thing.
All right, we'll go this year.
I mean, I ran my 145 with some rally tires.
I was just saying, you need tires too. So he's
yeah. But yeah, it's a phenomenal handling car. They make good power. They follow alongside the LNF that 2 bolt-ons and a tune, and it's a totally different car.
Yeah.
Even a tune by itself, I mean, you're looking 40 to 60 wheel over stock. So.
And they make
Let's
turbo
talk-
noises.
Yeah.
Let's
Obviously.
talk about that chassis.
Oh yeah,
Holy crap!
I've never driven anything that's just so controlled and composed, and
Yes.
it's amazing. And a lot of people don't road course their cars or autocross them, so they'll never know that. But
I
Oh,
was
God.
having like the only reason I went with the Sky is because we don't have one. We didn't have one.
yeah,
And we weren't like road coursing them, so it's like, oh, you know, the Sky's a little cheaper, and you know, it's a good platform. But I mean, really, the Camaro is the LTG Camaro is a road course killer.
yeah.
That is a like sub 140 Gingerman lap time car, no problem.
easy. And you got the later models have the 1LE package, which even
Yes.
just
Yeah.
up and above. I mean,
What does
all the
that
cooler.
package get?
So you get if you get the auto, you get trans coolers. Otherwise, you get extra. You get a diff cooler. You get auxiliary cooling for the cooling system. It's awesome.
So more hot lapping.
More hot lapping.
Yeah.
You get the cool traction control, because in all of the regular base model cars, you just have traction control is either on or off. Whereas the 1LE, you get the different track modes, and track 1 and track 2, like the ATS-V gets, which is cool. All the manual cars have an LSD anyway, but
In the Camaros, you can find manuals all day, right? The ATS is rare, but the Camaros you can find.
a
Or are they still
lot,
pretty rare,
lot
too?
higher percentage
Yeah.
than the ATS.
Do you know that Lee in his 2020 Camaro is buying a 7163?
Yep.
Like right now.
Yeah, he's buying
sweet.
7163, and I think he's getting BCs. That car's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
And he's a
excited to see
big
that
road
thing on
courser.
track.
Yeah, he wants to come up and road course with us, and
Yep.
He's road coursed on bikes, right? A ton?
I
He
don't
was
know.
telling me a little bit. He was like a sport bike guy for a while.
Oh, that's
With
terrible.
Gingerman and all
Yeah.
that, so
I'd never do
Yeah,
that.
he's been racing way longer than all of us.
yeah.
Where's he from?
Kentucky
Oh, okay.
or Tennessee. It's somewhere down there.
Yeah,
South.
not,
Yep.
it's not terribly far.
No, but yeah, he wants to come up, and that car is perfect for it.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Already has our forged engine with the stock turbo, so throw a 7163 on it, and
And it's a manual
oh
car.
boy,
Yeah.
20.
That's going to make some good power.
Yeah.
But
So-
even with how much we rave about this platform, it hasn't taken off. And
Yeah. I mean, the platform is, so you said 2013?
13 for ATS, 16 for Camaro.
Yeah.
So this is getting towards the 10-year mark.
Yeah,
Cars are getting
we're almost
cheap,
there for
relatively.
13s.
I mean, first-year Camaros and first-year ATSs, pretty much anyone could scoop up at this point, I'm
A
sure.
lot of people, for sure. I really think the breaking point, hopefully, with this market, at least from a consumer perspective, is when they break 10K. Once they're under 10K,
Oh, yeah.
then car guys will get them as their second car and
Yeah.
be ready to mod them further than...
They can be a track tool
Yeah.
or something then, yeah.
Because a lot of people, even especially Camaros, they're still in warranty. So they get an intake and they get a downpipe and, they warranty it, which I would love a warranty on a car.
Yeah.
But once they get out of that period and guys can expect, okay, hey, I'm going to push it. If it blows an engine, then it does. And so, yeah, just kind of like with the Sonic, I think we've done a lot already towards the beginning of it, and then it's kind of tapered into a settlement zone. And this year, I think we're going to make some big strides in the LTG. But yeah, I don't know.
Every year it's going to get a lot better. I mean, like I said, I mean, I was, like the discussion of ATS versus Camaro. I was
It's so weird.
struggling. Like, the Camaro has better wheel wells. You can run more tire on a Camaro, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my big holdback on the ATS-V is that like I couldn't fit a 285 tire in my class.
Yep.
The Camaro easily.
Yeah,
easily
you can
fit a
get
285.
325s in the back.
But it's a Camaro, so it's like expected to be fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and you don't know if it's quiet. You don't know if it's a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, or a V8. If you have a Cadillac in like on a road course, like people are like, "What?"
What?
Like,
Yeah, what's that doing here?
like when I went to the road course in my ATS-V, everybody's like, "Holy crap, who's that Cadillac out there?" You know,
Yeah.
it's like, man, like.
And you were
it was-
stock bodies, stock like. It was stock car.
Yeah, it was stock looking car with wheels on it.
Yep.
You know, and
Yeah.
so it was hard, you know, because I was like, you know, if I'm going to race, I'm either going to run a Sky or I'm going to run an ATS, because an ATS is a Cadillac, and to have a Cadillac on the road course, like,
It's
you
cool.
know, fighting for podium would be pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of podium, that's why Grid Life started the Street GT class.
Yeah.
Was because of you
Yeah.
and the ATS-V.
You
Tim
know,
came out and just fucking slayed.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Slate brake pad.
Slade brake pads,
And
tires.
tires.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
yeah, that's the downfall about the ATS is it's heavier.
Yeah, the 4,000-pound car in one Grid Life event was one set of tires.
Yeah.
One set of tires per Grid Life event. That's rough.
That's expensive.
Why you buy Federals?
But yeah, I ran a 139.6 at Gingerman my first year
That is
of
not
racing.
a good follow-up to a Steel Reserve.
No, probably pretty different.
Yeah. I'll adjust.
I mean, think about what you could do now
Yeah,
that you've been out there for 3 or 4 years.
yeah, I would imagine.
Totally different.
I
yeah,
would
you were
imagine-
still pretty new to road course when you took that
It
car
was
out.
like my first year.
You were severely overpowered.
so overpowered.
Yeah, he jumped into the road course.
That's
with
probably
500
why he
wheels.
burnt the brakes up.
Like, yeah, it is.
Break.
It is. It is. Like, I talk to people all the time about that. Like, when your first couple times at the road course, you murder your brakes.
Yeah.
You burn the leading edge of your brake pad off. You come in and smoke's rolling out of all 4 corners. Like, there's
You're
a lot
entering
of
corners
learning.
at 30
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, brake all the way down and then
Yeah.
accelerate out. But then once you finally get the hang of it and you're, trail braking and getting through a little and bringing up your corner speeds, it definitely brings down the
That was so
wear
many
cost.
technical words in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed. So really, you need like a full suspension Cobalt, but with an NA 2-liter for your first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
I
Ion-
can't stress that enough, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have a underpowered car that forces you to hold your momentum through the corners. Like, if you you have to perfect your corners, and once you perfect your corners, then you can graduate to adding the supercharger to your car.
Yeah.
Because, like, I will say the biggest mistake from road coursing was jumping on road course with a 600 wheel horsepower, 4,000 pound car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's the worst scenario for
Yeah.
starters.
And you still did okay, though.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
140 mile an hour on Gingerman back straight, slamming on the brakes with a 4,000 pound car is a little sketchy.
You think you would have been better off with a ATS instead of a V then?
Yes.
Yeah.
For road
For sure.
coursing, for sure.
Like a 2.5 ATS.
Yeah.
And put 280 or 275s on it.
Jokes aside, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, road course, you should not be making power. If you do, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just turn it way down. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not going to set any world records your first 5 times to the
No,
to the track.
not at all.
Like, forget about your lap time. Learn how to drive. And like in so many people are like, oh, I know how to drive. I can do cool things with my car.
Yeah.
Hold your beer and watch this.
Yeah.
But you have to learn how to drive the car. And once you learn how to drive the car, slowly start turning the power up.
Yeah. I was glad I started with my Ion because it was just an M62 car. Wasn't fast and it heat soaked like
Oh, yeah.
crap. But it got me out there.
Yeah.
And I'd see like the photos of my mid corner stuff. I'm like, well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Mid corner and it's still sagging like that. And so it helped. And the Camaro is definitely more powerful, but it's comparatively not that much quicker.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah.
Once you drive it to its limit, it
Yeah.
will be faster.
But yeah, I've never had any super nice tires on it either. So
But
Yeah,
that's
so-
good to learn on.
yeah,
Some
it's-
federal.
Well, now that you have like 3 different dailies, maybe you can actually put some real nice tires on the Camaro.
That's true. Well, I wanted to buy a track set for this year, and then put some
you did.
RE71Rs.
Remember that?
I did. And I had
Oh, yeah.
the set,
And then they stuck out 3 inches.
Yeah, they were the wrong fitment. But yeah, so
Did you not ask him his offset? You know I'm like the offset guy, right?
It was just a good deal, right? So you
They
just
were
scooped them.
super cheap and they were a good deal, and they would have fit if I would have had coilovers on the car at the time. But I had struts and springs
Oh, yeah.
during that whole limbo period there.
Yep.
See,
So I
now that
shouldn't-
you have the other LSJ car, you can sell your HHR, buy track wheels and tires, and have money left over.
Yes, that's part of the plan.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
Part of the plan.
Yeah, I'll spend this money.
What is the other part of the plan?
But I don't know, buy more cars.
We do need to drag race your car too, though. The
Yeah,
Camaro,
we do.
the LTG. needs
Oh,
to
yeah, we do got to get back on the track.
Yep. So circle back. We went 1197 4 years ago
Yes.
with the LTG Camaro.
Huge congratulations to Mr. Cheeseburger for
Yep, and,
breaking a 4-year-old record that we spent an afternoon on.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's, I don't know how many people that are watching or will watch are LTG customers, but there's this thing out there that we suck, and the only thing that we can do is make shop cars fast.
Which I don't get.
Don't get. But yeah. So 4 years ago we went 1197, and today or yesterday or whenever, some other guy down in Florida went 1195.
5.8.
So 0.012 faster.
So that's
With
time
the
to beat.
0.1 better 60.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, it's fine.
It's cool.
I'm glad
we
other
need
people
to
are
get
racing
checked.
their cars.
We need to get checked. We'll go out. We won't beat it by 0.0 whatever that freaking number was. We'll beat it by like tenths.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever, a second maybe, because that's what we're expected to do. That's
Yeah.
like what we're expected to do.
And
I
then
mean, look what we did with the Sonic.
Yeah.
We went from 13.3 to 11.5 in a season.
in 6 months.
Yeah,
So-
it did happen.
That's
Yeah.
what happens when we put our mind and work into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was 4 years ago worth of Matt tuning these cars every day.
Yeah.
How much he's learned, how much you've learned.
Yeah.
In
How
tuning
much
those
we've all
cars.
learned with setting up the car, with
Yeah.
what you can get away with on different setups.
Yep.
Like,
So yeah, we go out with another stock turbo car like mine, and it won't even be close.
Curtains.
Yep.
Back to way
dude,
on
if
top.
we had the 1197 car and you gave me 5 minutes with it, I'd drop 3/10 off of it.
Pretty
Yeah.
You know exactly what I would do, and I'm not going to say it. No, it's not nitrous.
Although that could help.
You haven't brought up nitrous yet this stream. We were so proud of you.
I've already got him sold. I don't need to bring it up
Yeah,
anymore.
that's true. My LSJ might have nitrous.
There's
but-
no might. It's going to.
No more power adders.
Yes.
Limited power adders.
No,
But so
he doesn't
I
have to spray it on the track
guess with
because he's going to track
the
that
LTG
too.
and the community,
Yeah.
It-
That's kind of where we're at now. So where do we think it's going to be? A year from now? 5 years from now?
I think 5 years from now we will have 1,000 horse LTG.
I don't even think
Okay,
it would take
I'm
that
down.
long. I really don't. In what we've done in a short period of time, and honestly, last year the LTG was on the back burner. Like we were,
Yeah.
working with them, but we weren't working to push really anything.
Not
I mean,
like the
I mean,
Sonic.
yeah, we went from 450 wheel being sketchy to making low sixes in a couple month window. So it's just going to be a matter of time before we break through the next barrier.
yeah, and that car is the Alan Mayo's Camaro was a customer car, so it broke drive shafts, and then that was on him, and then that's where it ended. At least at that point, who knows what his plans are now. But now that we have a shop car,
Yeah.
we
The
can,
whole Mayo's car being a shop car thing just blows my mind. It was simply a customer who wasn't afraid to push
race
the
his
limits.
car.
Like, it,
Yeah.
it was nothing exceptional.
No.
It was just a customer that we said, hey, you could go faster if you did X. He's like, cool, let's
Do
do
it.
X.
so we did it.
And, like, anyone could do that.
Yeah, we've built so many LTGs that have come through here, and people are like, oh well, why don't your customers run fast times? They don't go to the drag strip.
Look at what you bought. That's why.
Yeah,
And you've never raced it.
yeah.
So we can't mod your car to a time. Like,
Yeah.
that falls on the customer.
I mean, I don't want to go to the drag strip. I don't like drag racing cars.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
It's like a requirement. Like I have to go drag race. It's a job requirement here.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I still love it, but only in the aspect of it's quantifying all the work that I do here.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
It's not the drag racing itself. It's I do all this work and then I get to see the improvement out of it, and that's what's exciting about it.
And it can be very exciting.
It can be.
And it can be
even the stupid little Sonic. When you get a good launch out of it,
I know
that first second and a half is just like whoa.
You nailed its second gear, and you're like, all right, this is it.
This is it. Yeah. I didn't miss.
And then it's a 11-second pass.
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's exciting when you're going for records, but I totally get it too. If you have a car that's been way faster, people have more built ones.
Like if I bought a Z06 off the factory showroom. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't just take that to the track every weekend and go run the same time every time. So I understand it not being exciting when you don't have a goal that you're shooting for. But we had a goal every time we went there, and we were constantly changing things on the car. So it was just a part of the R&D process. Yep. Like, even if I didn't like drag racing, I still would have to go do it. I might as well get excited about it.
Yeah, because it's really the only equalizer. I mean, even if you have a draggy and are running 60 to 130s on the street,
that doesn't mean crap.
It doesn't mean anything because, you go to the drag strip and that's it. That's the one thing that anyone anywhere can do, and it can be quantifiable, and you can adjust the parameter. I mean, if somebody's got a real shit DA, you can plug it in and say, oh, if your DA was this, you could have gone a little faster. Yeah. So it's all comparable, and we can be here in Michigan doing something, and somebody's doing something down in Florida, and we say, oh yeah, all right. So
see, this is kind of a tangent but related, but that's also the reason that I like the half mile racing, because it's another different type of enjoyment to where I'm not saying you need zero skill to half mile or roll race, but it's much more heavily biased on how well you can build and set up the car.
Yeah. Drag racing is
drag racing is you still have to build and set up the car right, but you absolutely have to drive it perfect.
Yeah, it's 75 to 90% technique.
Yeah.
60 foot.
Yeah, there's a balance between the two, to where drag racing is more on the driver, half mile or roll racing is more on how you build the car.
Yeah. I like how half miles are managed a lot better too.
Yeah.
Like you can hang out with your friends and do your thing, and then you get called up to race, and then you go race, and then you get your second run or whatever, and you have an adequate amount of time to make adjustments if needed, and then you get to relax again.
Yeah, you're not sitting in line.
Yeah, like sitting in line, like standing next to your car for an hour between pulls is like terrible.
Yeah, the busy nights at the drag strip are very frustrating.
Especially when you're with your friends and you can't even hang out with them.
Yeah.
You're stuck in your car. Yeah.
Inching forward for an hour and a half. And
Yeah. You know, drag racing is, man, it's hard to like. It's really hard to like. But half mile is cool.
And then that's why I never set up my car for it. I mean, I took it to the drag strip a few times, but it ran 14s at who knows what mile an hour, just spinning through half of the track. Like it was just showing nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because I had no interest in setting it up for drag racing. But
you do need to pencil in some time on that ion, though.
Yeah, I know.
That thing needs to at least get back to running.
I miss it.
Like once it runs, it'll relight the passion.
Okay,
like
so
flame.
Since we're on this, let me just explain. We've had some recent revelations in the Ion project.
Yep.
Okay.
So the biggest problem with me making progress on that car is I absolutely hate wiring. It is the number one thing I absolutely despise. So every time I roll the car in and I look at it, I immediately go into depression and just kind of stare at it for a half an hour, whining in my head about having to wire things up.
I know that feeling. All right.
So I talked to my good buddy, best friend, Tyler Stone. I was like, what do I have to do to just you wire the car for me? He's like, just get it ready. I was like, okay.
I love the sound
It's
of
like,
that.
okay, I got to do charge pipes. I got to finish the cooling system.
No kidding.
I got to do a few other things. And it's like, we'll block off a weekend and knock the thing out.
That sounds awesome. That's great news.
So, yeah, I don't have to just cry every time I pull the car in now because I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, you can do the stuff that you like to do, Fab.
Yeah, and do all the fab work. He doesn't necessarily like it either, but he's way better at it than I am.
And he just finished.
And he just finished his, so he has some practice.
He's like, oh, yeah, I already did this already.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sight to walk out in the bay and you see Al just bawling his eyes out.
It's rough. You don't want to see that.
He's got Sarah McLachlan on.
My mascara runs, and it's just terrible.
Never run.
Trying to wipe the tears out of his beard and stuff. It's
not a
Dude,
pretty
you
sight.
can't. You can't wipe the tears out of your beard because when you try to wipe it with a towel, just like the beard blocks it, and that's terrible.
Bad time.
Yeah.
So another hurdle in the LTG
Yeah, back on topic.
The stock engine,
Poo-poo.
yeah, it's crap. But we've said that before.
Yes and no. It's known that GM definitely went down on the internals.
Oh, for sure.
It's like the
Pistons
LSJ
are-
and LNF were an accident. They accidentally made the internals stronger than anything else in the car. And they're like, okay, let's not waste the material on that again.
Well, one good thing about that is that the fix for it is pretty much just put a forged engine in it.
Yeah.
And the more affordable they become, the quicker you just put a forged engine in it, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Or
Yeah.
have one set aside.
You know, I know when customers buy our forged LTGs and have us install them, we have little secrets that we kind of just slip in their car because they're here. So, you know, that dramatically help against the LSPI issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, buy our parts.
But
Yeah, like we don't sell an engine, but if you bring it to us, we just kind of like have like
We'll build
this,
it
and it's not on your
Need to
bill, you don't know
Need to
it's
clarify when Tim says secret, it's not like only ZZP gets this stuff. If you're a customer, you get our knowledge and our information and our parts. That's
Yeah.
just how it works.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, once they're forged, we had Mayo's car up over 600 with, assumingly, no end in sight. We
The
ran out
only
of
thing
turbo
we
at that
did
point.
have issues with was some spark plugs,
Yeah.
but seems like we pretty much have that sorted out now.
Yeah. The spark plug issue is well over a year old though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
got that figured out.
But that one did have a scratch in our heads for a while before we
It sure
finally
did.
figured it out.
that was 18 or 19, and so
Yeah, that was summer, fall of 18.
Yep. But past that, like I said, they make great power with the tune. They're an efficient engine when it comes to making power. It's just the stock pistons suck. At this point, there's really no option other than build it.
Yep.
And people don't like to hear that, but as they get older, they'll get more affordable to mod.
You have more budget to
Yeah,
do an engine. whatever.
hopefully we can source some blocks because the stock block, apparently, they're all out around.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Like, we pull 10,000 or less mile junkyard engines, take them apart, and the bores are already wasted.
Yeah.
It's
How?
it's
Were
crazy.
they bad from the factory?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Well,
I think they are.
I don't think they were like subpar.
Like out of spec or anything.
No, I think they were made out of spec. Like, I don't think they ran to become out of spec in a 10,000 mile span. Like,
I think they were from
came off
the
the
factory.
showroom that way.
Probably. Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
So-
You can't
PSA,
have that much
run
wear
93
in 10,000
and
miles.
change your spark plugs. I hear
Yeah.
those two things
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, run good spark plugs and
Just don't be an idiot.
And don't
yeah,
get
like,
your
I
premium from Costco.
deal with it all the time. Like these customers, like get these remote tunes and scans of like 4 or 5 runs from 20 to 140. Like
Over and over and over
like
again.
over and
Yeah.
over,
No
and over
cool
again.
down.
Like stop doing that. Like how do you have a license?
And where do you find the road?
That's the main
To
thing
do
I want
this.
to know.
Yeah,
Are they
don't have roads
actually
like
in
that
Mexico?
here.
Where do they have a 20-mile stretch of road that they can just top speed, double foot the brakes over and over?
it happens every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every week I get that scan. from a different customer.
Yeah, it's not uncommon that him or I have to email a customer like, "Cool your jets, man."
Dude, like 2 gears.
Yeah, 2 gears. That's it. That's all we need. We don't.
Or even
we're not asking you
one
to go to jail.
sometimes.
Like I've yelled at customers by email
Yeah.
before. Like, what are you doing? Why are you driving like this?
We don't want them to end up dead either.
Yeah.
Or in prison. You don't. There's no reason to go that fast.
Or a totaled car or whatever.
Yeah, I just.
My email says like a few gears of full throttle. Not all the gears at full throttle.
1 through 8 on that
times.
auto trans.
6 times, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
A few gears of full throttle 1 time is fine.
He needs
That's
48
some cruising.
gears worth
Yeah.
of
We
data.
need a Fast and Furious drag race.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
The first time you floor it, the 10th time you floor it
Nothing
through
has
all the gears.
changed.
They're all the
look
same.
Other than your IATs are probably higher.
Oh man. So get your intercoolers.
Please.
Yeah.
Get your
They're
forged engines and put a big turbo on it and let's go.
yeah. I mean, we've got the Z57 now. That's awesome. I know we're working towards some sort of tubular.
Everyone
manifold
here
or-
knows how much I love the Z57s.
Oh,
Z57.
Yep.
for the money, they're such a good turbo.
So much, one ain't enough.
Here we go.
We have orders
Or
to
2.
fill. You can't put them all on one car.
Watch me. Tell me I can't.
But I think the LTG community has a long way to go. Zoom always says that 3 years after the end of production of a car is when the market really starts to mature. So we're not even there yet. It's still in its infancy. I mean, look at Ecotec. It's 2021. The last
they're our
one
sales
was
leader.
made in 2010, 11 years ago, and we sell double all the other markets. It's insane.
And
So,
Sonic is in second place, which was the next platform that we went into.
yeah.
Thank you, Ecotec.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Cobalt and HHR are like awesome.
Ions,
Ion, like
it's-
For as much as people complain about the Ecotec guys not doing anything, like as far as racing, they buy a lot of parts.
there's people doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just waiting. Like we sell so many parts that there has to be like 500 builds out there almost done.
Well, I looked at
I don't get it.
sales the other day on the entry-level turbo kit. And on our back-end system, we can see the last 90 days. Last 90 days, there was 42 entry-level kits sold.
That's crazy.
yeah.
What?
That's
3
a
months.
lot of turbo LSJs running around.
One every other day. People
Yeah.
was bu- yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, a
even know it
guy
was that
dropped
many.
one off like yesterday and was like, "Hey, like
Oh,
I
that
dropped my car off. Can you put one of your stage 2
entry-level kits. On.
entry level kits on it?"
Yeah, that
it's here.
burgundy car. That's
Whenever we can.
good looking.
Wow.
Good looking car. So yeah, I think with both the Sonic and the LTG, we'll get there. The LTG right now is it kind of stinks. At least the community. Not to call out anyone, but to call out everyone.
Yeah, it's everyone.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. They'll talk their crap and we'll just deal with it.
It's
But
the
when
same
all-
thing over and over in every
when,
market.
when all the other vendors
Disappear.
disappear,
Yep.
we'll still be here for you.
Yep.
We'll still be doing the same things
We'll
we
still
do
be
now.
going faster.
All the guys
Yeah.
that complain about us, you're still buying our parts. Like
Yeah.
it's
And then
we're
eventually,
here
when
for
they
ya.
run out of things to complain about, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, guess they weren't so bad all along."
Yeah, it's what
That's
happens.
exactly what happened to Sonic in the past year and a half.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Sonic sales are insane right now.
Yeah.
We're doing really well.
Better than
So
I ever expected.
if that covers ATS, I think we can touch on ATSV and wrap this thing up. We're at an hour, so
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
very excited for ATSV.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wish I had longer days so that I could work
Yeah.
on both.
I mean ATSV has always kind of been the cool, expensive car we have around here, and we
Yeah.
have bolt-ons, but that might change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're working
yeah.
on that.
well, we
I'm not going to say exactly what, but we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline.
yeah the manuals kind of ruled at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know why because it's not like I don't know some other vendors tap out. Sorry, have problems with their cars launching. Maybe they might have stolen somebody else's tuning to figure out how to launch a car, probably, because that's what he does. But that car wasn't hard to launch. It was a difficult PCM to crack. It's cracked now. Most people know how to do it now. But we're ready to go. And the manual trannies kind of started off, and then the clutch said no.
Yeah.
So as you guys notice, the leaderboard kind of changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because you can tell what the stock clutch can do.
Yeah.
So I'm working with clutch masters.
Yeah, and that's where you stopped at.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
your
could take no more.
10-3 was there was nothing left for the clutch to take.
My next pass was an attempted 500 RPM higher launch, and it resulted with a 10.5.
Yeah.
So that was what the clutch had.
Yep.
So I've got a pretty badass clutch in it now, and I'm waiting for the snow to go away.
Yeah.
But again, that was, what, 2 years ago? 19 or 18?
It was a long time.
It was 18.
It was 18. And it just took until this year
Yeah.
to
A couple
people to start
beat me
knocking it down.
with their auto cars. It's fine. I'm going to come out and slay them all. They're all gone.
Yep.
And if anybody wants it, which we have a customer car here right now waiting for the same package, and
Oh yeah.
he'll get it.
Yep.
And he's not scared to race. He lives right by Stanton.
I mean, he showed up with the right kind of tires
Yeah, I
on.
know.
Yeah,
He's got AAA
that
tires
was
on
the
back.
best starting point ever. It's like a car shows up with good tires on it. Thank you. You did the right thing
That's a
first.
pretty rare thing.
It's a very rare
So
thing.
excluding every Grand Prix owner ever. because they
The
don't
Grand
know
Prix
what all
and
those-
most of the Cobalt guys.
Yeah, the
They
Cobalt
show
guys
up,
are
they
bad.
buy a 500
Mismatched
horsepower
all season.
package, and they got like 215 wide all seasons on the front.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to do with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the V has gone a lot further than what I thought it would. Just
Very
because
quickly.
I didn't know. I mean, when I started here, I didn't really know about the car, and you had yours, and Steve had his, and they were cool, but it was intake downpipes too. And now we have a sweet fuel cam. We're solving the fueling problems that we had towards the beginning, and yeah, now they're in the 9s on stock turbos. And we're gonna
That's the best part.
9s on
So the
stock
first
turbos.
car in the 9s, done by you know who. Imagine making a huge post bragging about how much money was spent on the car, and people flying in from across the country,
He had a
and all this team effort and everything going into this car.
half a
And
dozen
then
people
within weeks, a bolt-on stock turbo tune cars. Like, see ya.
by
Like, that had to hurt.
Sorry, you pure turbo guys. I hate it.
Oh, that had to hurt.
But yeah, stock
this-
turbos in the 9s. That's
Yeah.
a factory car. That's impressive. No matter how you look at it.
Yep.
And it's,
That car has so much potential. That computer is set up. It is so picky. It is so picky. If you're missing the targeted torque, like the wastegates are opening, the bypasses are opening. Like that car does not make it easy to make a lot of power. And some other vendors haven't figured that out yet. There's only like a couple tuners out there that know what they're doing with that computer right now. A stock turbo car can run 9s easy.
Yeah. Because
There's different ways to attack it, too. And the sad thing is that only the tuners really understand that.
yeah.
Later.
you too. See you, Kyle.
Okay.
That was Mr.
Mr. Slingshot.
Mr. _slingshot.
I was talking about this with another Ecotec tuner the other day. That it's annoying sometimes when, when you're first trying to break through the limitations of a certain PCM, you have to trick it in one way or another.
Yep.
And different tuners will take different approaches to do that. And you may have two different people come to the same result through two completely different paths. But you have a customer that barely understands tuning. They catch wind of it, and they're like, "Ha, this guy's awesome," and they suck. Like, it's just a different way of doing the same thing. And we weren't the first. We're not always the first.
No.
But in the end, we will be.
Yeah.
It's typical story. I mean, every tranny builder every tranny builder that builds a badass manual or auto tranny, if some other tranny builder pulls it apart, he's gonna be like, oh, he did this wrong, he did that wrong, oh, this tranny sucks.
Yep.
But the tranny works good. You know, it's the same with tuning. You know, it's ATS-V tune was a hard one to crack. I mean, we figured it out not too long ago, really.
Yeah.
There's only, I think, a couple people that even understand it. You know, and there's a vendor that paid thousands of dollars to half understand it. So it's gonna, you know, it's gonna come out there. There's only gonna be a couple tuners that have fast cars.
Yeah.
And it's really gonna show this coming year.
And it's
definitely.
been exciting not being a tuner, but knowing enough that I could get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Watching.
Clear all the codes.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Control A++.
But yeah, knowing enough that I, you know, can grasp my head around these concepts.
You can follow along with most tuning conversations.
Yeah, seeing you guys crack it over the last, you know, basically fall and winter of this year, it's exciting. But yeah,
This is third time. Have you not learned yet?
Anyway,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
is that it for ATS-V this year? I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we have we're putting big turbos on mine, and then the next set will probably go on Shane's car.
Probably.
You know,
Where's Zane? He's right in line too.
Zane too.
Might get it before it ever goes home.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he kind of just left it here and you said make it go fast.
Yep.
So let's make
Which,
it go fast.
Zane, I hope you're watching. We all really appreciate that, to have a customer that's
cool.
willing to
Yeah,
let
that's
us
always
do the
fun.
R&D. It helps so much.
Yeah.
And we have and now the ATS-V sounds great.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Yeah.
So
Eric,
along
feel
with
free to
going
let me know.
fast,
Is that
now
going up? All right. So, yeah, 6 o'clock, we have teaser number 2 going out.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that video.
Tim actually driving with a new custom exhaust setup.
Yeah, I might
that-
have drove across borders again.
went up into Canada.
Yeah, good thing you have your passport.
But yeah,
So-
so the V's a complete package. It's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
And it sounds good now.
Yeah.
And
looks good, sounds good.
yeah. We
Drives
got-
good.
Drives well.
Yeah,
2021
manual
ahead
or
of us.
auto. Like, what more could you want, really?
Yeah, I think at this point we're gonna have to make the car drivable. All you guys, like, if you're gonna go for a full bolt-on package, you're gonna have to run a drag radial. If you want to live,
In order to actually have fun with the car.
if you want to live and keep your car shiny side up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're going to need a fancy tire.
I mean, it's got some good traction control, but
It's not that good.
700
kind
wheel
of
is.
a sneak
It's
peek
worse
of that.
than nothing. Like the factory traction control like puts you in the ditch.
Oh, yeah. I
Like
remember
you
you talking
have
about
to
that.
have a really fancy tire on it to keep you in between the lines.
You should watch the video because some of the stuff you see in that video, I was like, oh,
And that wasn't even a sketchy moment.
Tim's just drinking his coffee.
It's like, yeah, this is normal. Don't worry.
I've had that car line to line before. It'll happen real quick.
So yeah, super exciting V stuff.
Yeah.
Sonic, LTG, 3800,
Everything.
all their platforms this year. We got
Nothing's
some cool
dying
stuff.
off is the cool part.
No.
That is a pretty cool thing to note, that every single platform here has more coming.
It's weird to think about.
Yeah.
We
We
add
have-
more, but none really go away.
No.
Cars that are 20
No,
years
that's
old
why
are
all
still
of
in
us are
production.
stretched so thin, because we just keep adding more platforms.
Well, that's why we become the #1 vendor in every platform we ever touch.
because we
too.
don't quit.
We don't stop.
Because we don't stop, we
Yeah.
don't quit.
Yeah.
Like we hang, we're there for you guys.
Yep.
You guys are there for us. We're there for you. We don't drop products once a month until we only sell a couple things.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3800, like that's the original platform that started ZZPerformance.
20 years ago,
You know,
and we're experimenting with parts today.
Zoom.
And it's still the third highest seller.
Yeah, Zoom leasing a car because it was just a neat car. You know, in developing a ported throttle body, I think was one of the first
That was
products.
the first product, yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, and we're still making revolutionary changes.
Yeah,
Like
this
this-
new exhaust is.
This exhaust
Yeah.
thing is revolutionary.
This is why didn't it happen 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's funny how obvious things are in hindsight.
Now we're like,
I mean,
How did
I
we
kind
not
of have
think
to
of this?
apologize, really. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how did we not figure this out yet?
I'm sorry that we didn't figure this out 10 years ago, but we did now, and we've got stuff for you.
But there's there was 3 or 4 million W bodies produced, so there's probably some good ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got plenty of customers.
I mean, you got to think how much, like, just technological advancement in 20 years.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
Oh, that reminds me.
working on an ATS-V and then going back to a 3800 really kind of changes how you think about developing a part for it. Like,
Something we hit hard on the last podcast when Tim wasn't here, which I'm sure you'll appreciate, is we were noticing how as each platform gets older, the gap between clean cars and shit boxes just grows.
Yep.
And there is never any middle ground.
When's the last time you
It's-
saw just
it's
like
crazy.
an average condition Grand Prix?
They
It's
don't exist
either
anymore. There is
rusted
no
out
average.
or super nice. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And the older each
That is
platform
crazy.
gets, the wider that gap grows.
Because you've got your cobalts that are just clapped,
Oh, yeah.
and then nice clean ones.
I mean, we've had some come in here that get installed, and Tim's like, "Here, yeah, that one needs a street tune," and I get in it, and I hit the first corner, and I'm scared. I don't know if this car's gonna make it. Why did they put mods into power? There's a lot of other things that need fixed.
Maintenance.
And you have other ones that
Maintenance.
show up, like I know
People.
Dylan Johnson's watching. Like his car is clean as shit,
Yeah.
Minus the bumper.
minus the bumper. Well, that's why the bumper's so clean, because it's in storage.
It's off.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
I
it
don't want
can't
a
get
rock
dirty.
chip. I'm just
Yeah,
pulling this thing
yeah.
off.
But it's a well taken care of car, and it's
Yeah,
just funny
yeah.
how the gap grows every year with every platform.
Or that 04 or 04 Plus GT that was here the other day that we did the single exit. Super clean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It is funny when we see a nice car and hear everybody in the office like runs to the
Yeah,
van
we're
and
like,
whoa!
Yeah.
Look at those seats. They're so nice.
Yep.
It's just a production car.
Yeah.
there's been a couple times where we have an 06 comp package Ions come in. I think 2 or 3 of them
Yeah,
that were fairly
James
low
Kaminsky's
miles.
the other day.
And I just walk out there and stare at it. It's like that used to be my car. It's just kind of weird. Like I'm even just sitting in them. It's like I remember this.
Yeah.
Before I changed everything 8 times.
Nostalgia's always great.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
fun.
it
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, this was the future at one point.
Like I never would have kept it that way, but I wish I had another one
Yeah.
to keep that way.
One balls to the wall, one stock.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That's kind of my LSJ that I bought the other day.
Yeah, but see,
Driving
when you
around-
put spray on it and you have nothing to worry about it, so then it's still going to be fun when you want it to be.
But I was driving around and like the gearbox worked well. It was quiet. It rode well. Like people keep cars stock for a reason.
Yeah. Well-
and I'm like, but I could also make 400 wheels.
As fast
Yeah.
as my car gets, every time I have a typical stage 3 setup blower car come in, they're fun to drive.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
And on
As a
multiple
daily-
podcasts before, I've told
super
people
fun.
over and over, if I had a daily driver, that's what it would be.
Yep.
It'd be full bolt-on blower car because they're just so much fun to beat around town in.
I
One
mean,
two
speaking
pulls.
of,
Yeah.
it's a pretty rare thing, and Tyler has a bone stock LSJ.
Yeah.
Bone
So who here wants to see maybe a full build series, all
Yeah.
bolt-ons? Maybe we'll just do that.
Direct port,
Maybe.
150 shot?
This man gives me bad ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually follow them. So
Yeah, I'm pretty smart sometimes. 50% of the time, it works every time.
Any comments from Facebook there, Al? You want to rattle off, scroll through?
Someone just commented, how much did I miss? You're going to have to wait till it gets reposted. 'cause
yeah,
a
you'll
lot.
have to rewatch.
Yeah, we're
Jeff
pretty much
Mc-
at the end.
Jeff
here.
McGovern's in there again. He's got big plans for his Cruze, and I hope I see you follow through with him, man.
Yes, I feel like you will. He's very passionate.
Most of the Facebook comments were just keeping up with the topic we were on at
The
the
chatter.
time.
Oh,
Cool.
to catch everyone up, me and Al are not Dogecoin millionaires, which is a
Nah, we
sad
tried.
sight,
Dang.
but we gave it our best shot.
And Ryan still doesn't have his sectional.
No, Ryan does not have his section.
I made good fun
If
money,
anyone's
though.
still
It
wondering
was
about
fun while it
that.
You
played.
guys you gotta just stick with the original Bitcoin.
Well, I should have stuck with it 3 years ago before I really knew about it. But
I never expected to get rich off Dogecoin. I sold a car part, and I was like, let's play with this since everyone's talking about it right now. Made a few bucks, and I'm happy.
I put $7 in 2019, and I made $200.
that's not a bad
Yeah,
investment.
I mean,
That's
it's
pretty cool.
not
It's not bad.
life-changing money,
Well
but
done.
it's
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is funny. Let me put a couple bucks in.
Yeah.
But
I remember when I bought Bitcoin the first time. I think it was $2,200 for a whole Bitcoin.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
now
the
it's
first
40,
Bitcoin was
yeah.
less than a cent.
Yeah, because Zoom was buying them back then already.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Zoom's got more than I can say on the air. I think
I can't even
he's
fathom
got all the bitcoins.
all that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was screaming from the rooftops. The
Yep.
owner of the company was like,
Yeah.
hey, you dumbasses, buy Bitcoin.
And then, yeah, here
None
we
of
are.
us bought
Here
it.
we are.
That's why he pays us.
Yeah,
That's why he owns
Yeah.
this company.
Whatever.
But
That's
yeah.
what it is. I live my best life. I have fun here, so can't complain.
I think most of us are.
Yep.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is great. Love this stuff.
Yeah,
Which
we all
is the funniest thing about the shit talkers. The people that try to act like they're giving us a hard time. It's like, I get paid to go play on cars, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. You say
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I'm an employee and I get to go drive the world's fastest Sonic.
Yeah.
And, like, be a
Or
part of the
they
whole thing.
forget that we've already lived through all this through every group.
Oh, yeah, that
We-
too.
Like we know the timeline.
3800.
It's a carbon copy.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
every time.
repeat. Over and over.
3800, cobalt ion, like
Yep.
ATS, like ATSV. We know how this ends. It ends with us not giving up on our customers and us being number one.
And us being here.
Although
Although, I would like some of that Michigan Grand Prix 3800 competition in the Sonic. That'd be fun. Because hearing Zoom stories of
Yeah.
you guys going to the track.
Why are you back?
Look who's back.
I just have to come up here and say, y'all being boring talking about Dogecoin. I just want to fucking hear it again.
That was literally
It was
45
like 40
seconds.
Yeah, I don't care. Just real quick. Check your phone, by the way, too.
What do you got to say?
Okay, is that why it kept ringing?
A little bit, but
Okay.
don't say it out loud. But
Tyler's
yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah, with a bunch of pee.
No,
Balls are full.
no.
Tyler's got a whole
Yeah,
herd
see,
of
Tim?
turkeys to
Yeah.
watch over. Tell him about your turkeys.
Oh,
I got a lot of
and I-
turkeys
and
at
I-
home.
something actually I want you to go over real quick, Tim. Can you tell people why all these hybrid turbos are not good? I don't think you
oh
mentioned
man,
it.
yeah.
Like, can we? Oh, you too. Can we just talk about how
Yeah,
a
let's-
stock frame turbo is not going to be the same as a larger turbo? And if these people complain about, oh, the ZF4 sucks, it's a Borg Warner turbo. So I just want to pop in on that. Just pay a little drama.
Thank you for actually bringing that up because I definitely would love to talk about. Big wheel
And that's why
turbos.
I came up here for a legitimate reason.
There's only one big wheel turbo that's worth a crap at all, and that's our Sonic V3.
Yeah.
The reason why
Our
is
FG
because
was
it's
good.
not just it's not just a big wheel.
It's a whole new
It's
housing.
a turbine housing upgrade with a larger wheel turbo. Our LTG turbo, it's a big wheel turbo. Is it an upgrade? Yeah. If you need a turbo, it's an upgrade that's worth like 10 horsepower.
Is it a product we wanted to make?
No,
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not
But
at
the
all.
market demanded it. It's like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Is it better than stock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you blow your original turbo,
Yeah,
you
if
might
your
get
stock
lost.
blows and you need a replacement,
Or
okay.
you're on a stock block and you want every inch that you
Yeah.
can get.
If you don't want
Yep.
to pull the engine, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
But
guess.
when you have a OEM turbine housing, like the OEM has people are so extra sensitive to turbo lag. Like holy crap! If you have a turbo car, the first thing that comes to people's mind that are not turbo people is turbo lag. I don't want turbo lag. You've never even driven a turbo car, most likely. The people
Yeah.
that say that probably have never even driven a turbo car.
and the OEMs factor that in.
yeah,
when
they
build
factor
them.
that in.
Yeah.
So they build a turbine housing.
We
a
have
wheel
we literally
that-
had an employee here with the Cruze that did not know her car was turboed.
Yeah.
Because that's how the OEMs make them.
They want it
They
linear.
choke
It's-
everything
yeah.
down to spool as fast as possible, no matter what the cost.
So it feels like an NA car.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the Sonic, Al developed a turbine housing that flowed well. So it's like we really shouldn't even call it a big wheel turbo, honestly, because it's not. It's a big wheel turbo, but it has a big turbine housing, so
Yeah.
that's why it gains power,
That's why it's changed.
kind of big power.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
the only thing stock on it is like the dimensions of the center housing and the compressor cover.
And it bolts in place.
And it does
to
directly
stock.
fit in place of stock.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the stock side of it.
Right.
I mean, we've shown it.
But like
flows
we
so much
gained
more.
35, like full out max effort to full out max effort. We gained over 35 horse from the V2 to V3 on the Sonic. The only change was the turbo fold. It's the exact same compressor
Wheels,
and turbine
yeah.
wheel.
Yeah.
And that was without compressor inlet porting,
cams. I mean, that was just turbo to turbo. So not even.
Yeah, that's how hard they're choked down to get instantaneous spool out of them.
So to think that an LTG can make 400 wheel on the stock turbine housing is.
It's insulting to anybody that's smart in any kind of way. It's not possible. Sorry, guys. Good luck trying to do anything impressive with a stock frame wheel. Like,
you'll run into the same shit. The back pressure. All,
And most car guys even don't even really know how high turbo back pressure really is.
No.
Like the stock Turbosonic hits almost 3 to 1 when you try to run, which for those of you that don't know, that is insane. A properly sized, complete, full-out race turbo will be below a 1-to-1 back pressure ratio compared to how much boost it's running. And then we have the Sonic that's over 3 to 1. Even the V2 was hitting 3 to 1.
Really?
The V3 even still almost hits 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Because I still kept it compromised where it still spools fast enough that people aren't going to complain about it, but we still got a huge power gain out of it.
We don't even know what the actual ratio was of the back pressure on the stock turbo.
No,
because
it pegged the
maxed the gauge at 5,000 RPM.
We had a 35-pound boost gauge, and by 5,000 RPM, we had it pegged.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So stock frame turbo guys, like your big wheel LTG guys, good luck. You're going to go nowhere.
Yeah. Good luck paying $1,000 for a turbo that
is going to drop a tenth off a stock turbo.
A Z57, an EFR whatever is going to murder that.
That was another good point Ryan brought up, though. There's been people bitching about the ZFRs lately. Like, it's literally a Borg Warner turbo with a different turbine housing.
Yeah, we developed the turbine housing, but it's an
EFR center section that comes from Borg Warner.
As fast as they can make them for us.
Yeah.
They are probably the second or third largest turbo manufacturer in the world.
They're way up there.
And they send us that unit, like 2/3 of it, and then we put a turbine housing on. You can buy a 6758 on their website or through their vendors, but you can't put it on your stock LTG. So we said, let's adapt it. We'll get a turbine housing.
Let's make a turbine housing that fits.
So we can put it on your LTG.
And somehow people think that has to do with the bearings and seals. Nah, something's up with your car. I'm sorry.
If they all do it, then it's not the thing's fault.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could ramble.
People like to complain, and they find the easiest thing to point at.
Yep, it came from you. So, But I will say it here because I say it to everyone. When you buy a Samsung TV from Best Buy and you need a warranty on it, you don't go to Best Buy. Best Buy will say, go to Samsung. We will help you every step of the way, as much as we can. But when it comes down to your Borg Warner turbo that you bought from ZZP, has to go through Borg Warner for the warranty.
Yeah.
But
and you know what Borg Warner says? Who are you?
Yeah.
We don't care.
So, like I said,
not deliberately, but they're just too big.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
So again, we'll help you along the way as much as we can. We'll, make sacrifices for you, but
which we've done.
You have to understand that me or Matt or anyone saying the warranty's voided or there is no warranty or it's out of warranty, we don't want you to be without something.
No.
We're just trying to make you fast.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. We're enthusiasts just as much as you are or more. And we just want everybody to go fast.
Yeah.
And have fun. And sometimes it doesn't work out, and we'll work with everybody on it as much as we can. That's why we have backup options. Why we have like a Z57 turbo, which is a ZZP turbo,
which I actually like better than the 7163.
Yeah.
And I've said that a lot, and people like, oh yeah, because I'm putting 3 of them on my friggin' Ion.
Yeah.
And it's not because I can't buy EFRs.
And it's not because one failed. He literally is putting 3 on at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. Not 3 in a row, 3 at the same time.
Yep.
Do the math on that. Figure it out.
I tried. It didn't work. My brain just.
But it's we're all here for everybody. But don't
I think you said it best the other day. You were talking to me, Tim, about like we've all been there. You have one mod car, you do a dumb mod, you have to get to work the next day. You're stressed.
You're pissed.
You don't know,
You're pissed.
Mm-hmm.
We get it.
That's how I generally eat a lot. I eat a lot of crap from customers. They're ticked off, and it's like, I have to put myself in their shoes. Like, I've had that mod car.
Yeah, we
I've
were
had
all
that car
there at
that's
one point.
way beyond.
Yeah, I modded
modified.
my daily when I shouldn't have, but I knew exactly the risk I was taking.
Yeah.
And things did go wrong every once in a while, and I figured it out.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
you get
all
mad,
right.
and you get past it.
I've had to change turbos out in my apartment parking lot in a freaking snowstorm. Like,
Everyone's freaking out about 3 turbos in there.
Are they?
You open the can.
Oh,
Open
good.
the gate.
3 Z57s on a Tupperware car is happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's happening.
He said it here. This is live. There's no taking that
Oh, yeah.
back.
Oh, there was never any taking back.
Nope.
I mean, I still got, that's the reason the radiator's going in the back of the car, because I had to make room, but...
Oh, like drift cars? That's sweet. Pulling the back window out and like sucking
Plexiglass
some air
and-
through
Yeah, it's probably getting Lexan windows at
there.
this
Nice. There we go.
point. Like, I'm gonna drive it on the street, but it's not gonna be a street car, so, like, it's gonna be a street outlaw street car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a streetcar and it runs 8.
It will have a plate
Okay.
and turn signals and brakes, and that's it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe a radio.
Like, I want to be able to
he
drive
hasn't
it
had
across
radio
the
in a
street
long
to the
time.
dyno. Like, how shitty would it be to have to trailer your car across the street?
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. I'm too old for that. I don't want to deal with that anymore.
We should make a jump behind the building so we never touch the road.
Oh,
We just jump over 28th Street.
We could do
I
like
bet
a Hot
Langer could
Wheels,
help.
Hot Wheels track up over it.
Yeah. You know, one time Zoom actually put, I don't know how long, but he put actual serious brain power into exploring what it would take to tunnel under 28th Street.
Just to have like a walk
Just because it's
between-
so frustrating to have to drive across.
You know how great that would be, though?
Oh, it'd be
Pull out in
amazing.
the back lot and just...
When I was on it was the other day. I was on the dyno and I'm like, holy crap! Like they've made like 6 runs here. Because our dyno's across the street from from the main ZZP building.
We have 2
Yeah,
big
we have
buildings
several buildings.
across one main road. Yep.
6 runs across there while I was dynoing one car. Like,
And 28th Street is probably the busiest street
Yeah.
in Grand Rapids.
Especially
And
with snow.
the buildings are staged so that you have to cross both lanes of traffic.
Yep.
It's the worst
Both
possible
times, yeah.
scenario.
both times you have to make
Hate
the
it.
worst turn possible.
Oh, all right. Because it is 5:30, I'm going to say the last remark here. Andrew James, would you please post your proof
Oh, yeah.
that Mike's car
Ooh.
sprayed more than the 35 shot? That's it. That's all I need to say.
Okay. All right.
Tyler via ZZP.
Stay tuned for 6 o'clock. Videos going
6
live.
o'clock, V-video.
If you guys aren't subscribed, do that. We have Sonic stuff.
I was not
football
driving.
stuff.
It was
It was a
somebody
body
else.
double.
And
We don't even know whose car it was, honestly.
yeah,
I
it wasn't
couldn't
mine.
tell you.
It wasn't mine. It wasn't.
ATSV, they broke in here and stole an exhaust.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gave us
you know.
video.
Yes.
ZZP will bring another exhaust that's cheaper than every other one out there and sounds way better than everyone out
10
there.
times better than any.
We're
Yeah.
here for you.
It's crazy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We will see you next week.
Deuces.